Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Ride with zx10r. So in my last video I revealed the second superbike which was added to our garage, the Ducati Panigale 959. So in this video today I am going to discuss about my initial impressions with the Panigale. So I was riding the zx10r for almost 2 years, and then for the first time I got a chance to ride the Panigale last week. In the last video itself I have expressed my impressions with the Panigale, but today in this video I am going to give a detailed description of how the Panigale felt different when compared to the zx10r. So the first obvious difference which I felt while I twisted the throttle of the Panigale is the Panigale is a lot less powerful when compared to the zx10r. Of course, this is a proper inline 4-cylinder super sport motorcycle, whereas the Panigale is a L-twin engine. The Panigale generates around 158 horsepower at its maximum power, whereas the zx10r generates around 210 horsepower of power in its full power mode. So the difference was obvious. The Panigale was rough and the throttle response was very good, but it felt a lot less powerful when compared to the zx10r. The next thing is the riding position of the Panigale. Here I have to say the Panigale is somewhat better when compared to the zx10r. The zx10r's handbars are pretty low when compared to the Panigale, and you have to bend more to sit on a ZX, while on the Panigale you get somewhat better seating position, which is good for long rides. Of course, for people who are below 5'7" and 5'8", it will be pretty difficult on both the motorcycles, but for people who are above 6, the Panigale feels somewhat better to sit when compared to the zx10r. The next thing which I have to discuss is about the electronics in both the motorcycles. Here the Panigale is the clear winner, I have to say. The ZX has some 5 traction control modes and 3 power modes, and it has quick shifter and those things, whereas the Panigale has some 10 traction control modes, and it also has 3 power modes. In quick shifter, the Panigale has only quick shifter for upshifting, while the ZX has quick shifter for both upshifting and downshifting. So in the electronic segment, the Panigale is the winner hands down. And one important thing which I have to discuss here is the heat generated in both the motorcycles while riding. Though the ZX is a bigger motorcycle and is more powerful, but the Panigale generates a ton of heat. I have heard from my friends that the Ducatis will roast you alive if you ride them, and those comments seem to be true at last. So I was riding the Panigale for some 25 to 30 kilometers, and the heat generated was very high. The ZX was very forgiving for the rider. Though the ZX generates a lot of heat, the ZX is designed in such a way that the heat is dissipated, whereas in the Panigale the heat is directed to your hind legs, your thighs and your legs. You cannot ride this motorcycle without wearing proper leather gearings, I have to say. And at last, it is not complete without discussing about the looks of the motorcycles. The Panigale looks red hot, while the Kawasaki really looks great in its green color. So both the motorcycles are in their trademark colors, and looks are subjective for people. Some might like this red, and some people might like that green. But I have to say, both the motorcycles look pretty good in their own rights. A few things which I missed to take note are the brakes and the suspensions of the Panigale. So I had a very short ride with the Panigale, so I could not see how the brakes are when compared to the ZX, and as I was riding on a highway, I could not feel how the suspension was in this motorcycle. So stay tuned with my channel to see more videos of the zx10r and the Panigale 959. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. See you all once again in another video.